Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another reaction video. And in today's video, we're going to be reacting to what it would take to reach Messi and Ronaldo. In my previous video, I got a comment that said it's going to take at least 20 years to reach the level of Messi. And I think that's mind-blowing, bro. Mind-blowing. Also, if it's your first time here, this channel is to get me to learn more about the game of football and to get ingrained into the culture. So if you guys want to join that journey, make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Enough yapping, man. We're going to get into this video. You dig? Let's get it. Here we go, chat.
Here is a list of the players with the most seasons with 25 plus league goals in a single year. You'll see some all-time greats on this list. Then you have Messi and Ronaldo.
To only have 8 players, maybe 7 players, 8 players on this list is great. Is great to be a part of. Also, I want to assume that this right here is difficult because it's in the top 5 league, which means these are the best leagues that you can be a part of. So, and also it's already a little bit harder to score in the game of football, and to score 25 plus in top 5 leagues 12 times is crazy. Also, look at the numbers. Look at it goes from 4, 5, 6, whatever, 7, then it jumps to 12. Like huge jump.
The many stats these two have embarrassed football in. The Messi versus Ronaldo debate is the most controversial debate in sports. It's caused a divide.
100% is, bro. 100% is the most controversial. I think this is 100% the most asked question as well in terms of sports wise. Who's the GOAT? I have another YouTube channel that has nothing to do with sports. I always get asked who's the GOAT, Messi or Ronaldo, Messi or Ronaldo. And that right there kind of sparked my interest to start a football channel.
There will never be an agreed upon answer, but what I'm about to show you in this video will completely change how you view this debate forever.
Okay.
Rather than pitting these two against each other, showcasing just how much better than football history they were and what it will take for someone to replicate their greatness. Only then will you realize what they've achieved may have just ruined how we view football forever. Ballon d'Ors, Champions Leagues, and countless goals and trophies they managed to get.
Yep.
But what you may not know is just how out of reach some of the records they have broken are. So let's break it down. Starting off with the machine himself. Ronaldo over his career has been known as the embodiment of hard work. And over the years, we've seen firsthand just how his hard work has turned him into an unstoppable force in football.
So he's the embodiment of hard work. Okay. And also, this is the first time that I'm really getting like a deep dive into Ronaldo, I guess. I don't know too much about Ronaldo. I know more about Messi than I do Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is the footballer with the most official goals ever, with a number that is still going up. A record that seems untouchable and got me thinking.
The most official goals ever, with the number still going up because he's playing. So, Chad, I have a question about this. Do we take away from his greatness because of how long he's still playing? And I only ask that because I'm looking at it from NBA's perspective. People be on LeBron so much, and they like, I don't understand why LeBron's keep playing. I don't understand. He's trying to stat pack. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. Is it the same thing with Ronaldo? Is it the same? He's been playing so long. He's still scoring goals, still doing this. The same thing with LeBron. And people always say, well, he's only doing it. And he's only the leader because he's played for this long and da 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 da. And bro, it doesn't matter. It maybe you should stop him. Maybe you should stop Ronaldo and LeBron, and maybe they wouldn't score as many goals and wouldn't play this long. You know what I mean? That's the only like I don't really rock with that.
Than literally anyone else in history, Ronaldo has an adaptability that often doesn't get spoken about. Whether it's in England, Spain, or Italy, Ronaldo has managed to always dominate. To mention, he's won the league multiple times in each country too. Winning these massive trophies is far from easy.
So, sorry, they say he adapted. So that does this mean like he's one of the world's most, I guess, well-rounded players? Does that mean this?
This haul of trophies is enough for an elite career, except Ronaldo has done it twice at 2 different clubs.
Wow.
The only player ever to do so. We're not talking about 2 or 3 seasons of greatness followed by struggling years. No, year in, year out, Ronaldo was reliable enough to score and is the only player ever to score 50 plus goals in 7 consecutive calendar years.
50 plus goals in 7 consecutive. Chat, in case y'all don't know, consecutive, back to back to back to back to back to back to back, consecutive 50 plus
7 times in a row is actually laughable. The silly thing about Ronaldo's goal scoring records is that they just go on forever, like his international goal record, his hat-trick records, and more. But at the risk of this video being 20 hours, his Champions League records. Ronaldo is by far the highest scoring player in Champions League history with 140 goals, with Messi second with 129 and Lewandowski third with 101.
Okay, let me look up this Champions League really quickly. I want to understand it a little bit more. So, chat, 140 goals. He's at the top of this list. It's only the top clubs that participate in this league. Top defense. Only elite game plans designed to stop stars. He's definitely that. Most great strikers average 4 to 7 goals per season in their best years. He did that for 15 plus. 15 plus. Oh, what? Nah, that's wild.
Reason being is with the way the new Champions League format works, you now play an extra 2 group games and potentially 2 extra knockout games.
Chat. So with this as well, chat, we're gonna take it to the NFL. So with them adding, I guess they added 2 more games or whatever. Do y'all take from the players who eventually end up passing Ronaldo because they added 2 more extra games and Ronaldo did it in a time where he had I guess a certain amount of games that he played. Y'all know the certain amount of games that it was. I don't. But they added 2 more games to it. So NFL they added, I don't know how many games they added. They added like 2 or 3 more games. I'm not sure. And all you see is, oh, well, he did it. He broke the record, but he had to play an extra 2 games, or he had to play an extra 3 games. He broke the record. So and so did it, and they only played 14 or 13 games, and da da da.
Even his record of 17 goals in a single season might be broken. Someone like Haaland now has a pretty good chance to catch Ronaldo with all the extra games he gets. On this graph is a ranking of the players with the most knockout goals in the champs. You can see Lewandowski and Benzema both on 32 and others around the 20 goal mark. Except if you look further ahead, you'll see Messi way
Nah,
out
that's
in the
wow.
67 goals in 82 games by far.
Chat, and the crazy thing is, bro, I looked at those numbers, and those numbers were a lot. And I would think just looking, just not knowing nothing about it, just looking, I'll be like, okay, yeah, those numbers are a lot. Those are like probably the top at whatever this is. But no, let's keep going up. Let's keep going up. You're gonna see Messi, you're gonna see Ronaldo. Let's keep going up.
Mbappe 20. But it gets even more crazy. If you take away Ronaldo's round of 16 goals and only include goals scored in the quarterfinals, semis and final, he still has 42 goals, which is more than everyone else but Messi. He's simply too much of a big game player. He's the only player ever to score in 3 Champions League finals. And over a 12-year span in his career, he reached 11 semi-finals out of 12 years.
3 Champions League, the only player to score 3 times in the Champions League finals or whatever he just said. And like I said, that's crazy because they play defense, the top players, the top clubs, all of that play in this. They focus on focus on trying to stop the top stars, and the way he still is able to score and come through for his team. Unmatched.
Top it off, only 6 players in this competition have ever managed to win the Golden Boot more than once. Then you have Messi, who's won it a shocking 6 times. Then there's Ronaldo, who's won it 7.
Wow.
Now it's time to go over the absurdity of someone whose records I'm willing to bet my life on won't get touched.
Chat, y'all gonna do y'all standing by that? Y'all wanna bet y'all life that the records won't get touched? It's a couple of things I'll probably bet my life on in sports wise. Maybe the Messi one would probably be a one I'll probably bet on, and maybe the LeBron scoring record. Maybe. I think those are probably the only 2 that I can think of right now.
But I will go over what I deem to be the craziest records. And let me say, what you're about to see is truly crazy. Messi ranks number 1 in a lot of categories, as well as having the most trophies won by a player ever.
Look at that, the most trophies won by a player ever, bro. I want to see his trophy room like in person. I don't want to see no pictures. Imagine seeing this trophy room in person, bro. Could you imagine that?
And then there's the records we all know about, like his 8 Ballon d'Ors, his 2 World Cup Golden Balls.
8 Ballon d'Or, chat. I said 6. I said he either had 6. I think either 6 or 7. Bro, 8.
It's hard to put into words this wide margin, so instead I'll show you. Here is a chart of the top 10 players with the most goals and assists in Europe's major leagues in the 21st century, all cracked over 400. Then there's Ronaldo, way up on 646, making the others look tiny in comparison. And then there's Messi.
Wow.
This is the gap between Messi and literally everyone else. For Messi, his playmaking is what stands out the most. Assists are a kind of hard stat to compare. They are completely reliant on your teammates scoring created, and big chances created tells a better story, as it doesn't matter if your teammate scores or not, you still get recognized for your creativity.
And that's what I like. That's what I like. This is what I like about football. And I learned this. You get recognized for your create. You making a play.
A stat a long time ago, only one player ever has managed to get 25 plus goals and 25 plus big chances created in a single league season.
30 plus in both stats 3 times. 30 times.
Playmaking records, but that one just makes no sense. It's almost pointless going over every single record. But there's just one thing I think in football.
The greatest year in football, 2012.
A whole separate video on this year alone. 91 goals in a calendar year. Officially.
91 goals. The last time somebody came close was 85 goals in 1972.
Crazier is he also had the longest scoring streak in consecutive league games.
I remember this, the longest scoring streak. He scored 21 times. He scored 21 games straight. 21 games straight. I said this in my last video. It's already hard to score in football. In my opinion, it is already hard to score in football. But he did it 21 games back to back to back. Literally, the next 16 games was 1939-40 season.
Truly appreciate how much of an anomaly Messi was in 2012. Let me show you one more graph. This is a chart of each player who had the most goal contributions each season, cracked 60, and Ronaldinho who managed 50. Then as you go through the years, the numbers get more and routinely getting 70 plus,
70, 76, 77, 72, 71.
104 goals and assists in a single season.
Chat, is that in all like leagues? Okay, it goes from 40s to 60s to 50s to 40s to 50s. So it's kind of like the same here, with some little drops and high rises or whatever. Then you get to 70. We just gonna skip over this 104 real quick. 70, 68, 80. Suarez had 81, 72, 50. He had a down year right here. Not even a down. His down year is 50s, bro. That's crazy to me. His down year is 50, and his up year is 104.
This video that what I've got to show you will truly change how you view and appreciate Messi and Ronaldo forever. See, Messi and Ronaldo need their own category in football, and I'll tell you why. Prior to the two taking over,
Chat, what it is. I like that little what he did. I like that. If I was playing sports, I'll hit that. I don't know what that means though.
With the record for the most in a season belonging to Hugo Sanchez with 38. This is what a normal year of scoring looked like. Nothing out of the ordinary here. 14-15 season as well. And pretty much every single season they played in, they shattered every record. The two of them scored 40 La Liga goals 3 times, with Messi once getting 50.
My thing is, look at the gaps that they leave between people, bro. Just look at the gaps that they, and all of the other stats that they showed right here, it was all the same, like 20, 21, maybe 30 or whatever. And then it just shoots up to 50, to 40, to 46, to 48. That's crazy. Look, 50 goals in 37 matches. He had 35 matches and only had 22. And I'm not even saying that's bad or nothing, bro. But look, 50 and 37, 22 and 35.
When he managed to score 40, it literally took Suarez getting 40 goals to dethrone Messi or Ronaldo. It wasn't until the two of them left when we started seeing regular numbers again. Has been completely skewed. It's become impossible to see 25 goals scored and think it's elite when we just watched two guys routinely get 40. It got to a point where there isn't even a point of comparing Messi. And between the 2010-11 and 2015-16 season, Both Messi and Ronaldo scored 224 and 234, 458 over those 6 seasons.
Dang.
So let's put Ronaldo and Messi's combined scoring numbers over these 6 years up against every single team in Europe's top 5 leagues.
Look at this domination by the two of them, bro. These they got as many goals as some of the teams, bro. Some of the teams between the 2010 and 2016 season combined, they have 458. Domination, bro. You got folks comparing two people to teams.
Ended up ranking 4th place. This kind of blew my mind, because how can two guys outscore so many entire football clubs? 6-year stretch, Messi and Ronaldo missed some games, 45 to be exact. And so
45 games. They missed 45 games each. Not 45 games each. 45 games combined, bro. Was it 45 games each or 45 games combined that they missed?
combined for more goals per game than every single football club in Europe's top 5 leagues. Two guys, more goals per game than the biggest clubs in Europe. What they did to football needs to be studied. But for all the joy they brought to the sport.
And chat, you want to know something crazy? In sports, it's always, when you want to talk about the GOATs and stuff, like they said, like you said, it's crazy to see that they're both playing at the same time and considered the GOATs. NBA wise, Brian and Jordan is considered the GOAT. I mean, didn't play together, didn't play in the same era. You talk about NFL football, you could talk about Tom being the GOAT. You could talk about Patrick Mahomes being the GOAT. Tom did stick around for, a minute, but what I'm saying is they wasn't together. They wasn't playing together in a prime, going head up, facing each other, or in the league in a prime. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that these two are playing and considered GOATs and are playing at the same time.
Players of past generations are now having their stats and accomplishments revised to take into account Messi and Ronaldo. And so players who were once considered GOATs was considered the GOAT of European football. 3 Champions League titles, 3 Ballon d'Ors, and an iconic career that was going to be impossible to top.
That was good. What year was this?
Numbers look small compared to Ronaldo's 5 Ballon d'Ors and Champions Leagues, and Messi's 8.
Jeez.
And now guys who were once considered tier 1 have now been bumped down to tier 2, who had to unfortunately share a stage with Messi and Ronaldo. Their achievements have been watered down, and a great striker has now become a good striker as a result. Players who managed to score.
And that's crazy, because I heard about Suarez in my last video, and the person who recommended it was like, bro, he's super good. He's a great striker. In my last video, it was MSN, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar was like the best strikers. And it's just crazy how Messi, I'm not saying that people are undermining what Suarez does and these goals and things of this nature, but it just shows the greatness of Ronaldo and Messi.
But unfortunately, Messi and Ronaldo scored 40 league goals in their sleep. The harsh reality is some legends of the game should be held much higher than they are. When you get to define an era yourself, your legacy becomes way higher. But between 2008 and 2023, a whole 15-year span, Neymar. If Ronaldo and Messi didn't exist, they all would have 2 Ballon d'Ors to their name. Xavi and Iniesta would be considered the best midfielders of all time. Not to mention, because Messi and Ronaldo have so many Ballon d'Ors between them, a player winning the honor twice won't even seem as special, knowing there's a guy out there somewhere with 8.
And that is true. That is true. That is true. You know how hard it is just to win one, and for somebody to do it twice, people are going to look at that and be like, oh, that ain't nothing. He has 8. Ronaldo has, did he say 4 or 5 or whatever? Ronaldo has 4 or 5. He has 8. You only have 2. That's not nothing. But in reality, it is, because it's hard. Bro, is the baby back here soon the middle finger?
All by themselves is their longevity and consistency. For 2 players to not only be on the top of their game so young, but to remain there well into their 30s, they always performed at a high level and they were able to deliver goals, assists, and trophies. It's safe to say to reach this level is close to impossible. 3 Champions League titles, 3 league titles, and a European Championship, as well as 2 Ballon d'Ors.
Wow.
His career after 30 years old.
Because usually at 30, bro, you'll start to be on your, decline, a little bit. This is crazy, bro. Nah, this is especially when you've been playing for a long time. By the time you hit 30, bro, you on your decline a little bit. Like you start seeing a little decline. It don't look like he declined at all.
2010s and 2020s, 3 entire decades. While most players were winding down their careers at 35, Messi was lifting the World Cup trophy. Ronaldo is with taking care of his body, but guys like Ibrahimovic, Modric, Lewandowski, and even Benzema have shown that players can play much longer. Started at 17 and spent 2 decades playing at the highest level.
That's what I said, chat. I told y'all, bro, like it's expected to see a little decline, especially as you've been playing forever, bro. And that's why I would never understand. I know this is a football video and all of that. I would never understand the hate for LeBron, bro. Like,
the most unrealistic of expectations due to instant comparisons to Messi and Ronaldo. Every time a left-footed attacker bursts into the scene, he's instantly compared to Messi. And what we're now seeing is the next generation of talent feeling the effects of the Messi-Ronaldo hangover. Ballon d'Or winner before the two. The question is, will we devalue the future generation's accomplishments because they haven't reached the impossible standards of...
And this is all I be asking, chat. And I know in the last video y'all was saying you just don't understand how dominant they is, and you just don't get it, and so and so. I do get it. I play sports. I understand. I see the numbers. I get it. I do. But the question is, and that I asked, will nostalgia take over everything? That's all I asked. Will nostalgia take over everything? Will players in the future get what the things they do get devalued because of the high standard that Messi and Ronaldo set?
For the future generation to catch up to Messi and Ronaldo. If we look at Ronaldo's goal tally, that number is only going up despite Ronaldo's rare goals. But
wow.
Since he's not in Europe anymore, for the sake of it, let's take Ronaldo's goal tally excluding his time in Saudi. To that number are Lewandowski and Harry Kane.
And it's still
Neither
going
of them
up.
On their current pace would reach Ronaldo anytime soon, until 41 years old
Wow.
to match Ronaldo's tally. However, there are 2 more players who actually are on better current pace, Mbappe and Haaland. But even if they both, for the rest of their careers at Real Madrid and Man City, they'd both need to score at this rate until they were 38 and 39 to catch Ronaldo.
And chat, it's going to be hard at 38 and 39 to keep playing at that pace, scoring them goals. It's going to be hard, bro. You can't defeat what is it, Father Time or whatever, or Old Time. I don't know. Like, it's going to be hard, bro. It's
already had seasons scoring 50 goals, but one season isn't enough. They'd need to keep this level up, staying free from injury, just to have a chance. Miss a season or drop off in form and your chances are gone. This is a record I'm confident won't be touched. Best case scenario, let's take Lamine Yamal. Only 17 years old, already getting first team minutes and has burst into the scene. For Yamal to reach Messi's total goal contributions, he'd need 66 goals and assists per season, every season for 18 years straight.
wow.
To get 66 text in the 21st century, only 7 players have managed to crack 66 goal contributions in a single season, and only Mbappe has done it more than twice. Ronaldo has managed to do it 6 times. Good teammates. There's just too many factors involved, and I just can't see anyone reaching this point ever again. What we witnessed Messi and Ronaldo do same time. They needed to exist at the same time to reach these numbers. They both propelled each other to heights no one knew possible. Always there to pick up the pieces. Their motivation stemmed from knowing they had to be better than each other. And in the end, it gave us the most insane rivalry in the history of sport.
So, chat, I 100% agree. I don't think those heights would be touched again, bro. Like, first off, just strictly off of the longevity that they had, I don't think it would. This put a lot of things into context. I'm not gonna lie. This video was nice. Thank you to the person who suggested this video, man. I'm mind blown. Like, I'm speechless. I can't even. Bro, that's crazy. But Chad, I really appreciate y'all clicking this video, man, vibing out with me, helping me learn more about the game of soccer. Like I said earlier, man, if y'all want to join the journey of me learning more about the game of soccer, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and I'll see y'all next vid.